Hello everybody out there on YouTube, and welcome to race number 16 of Season 7 NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series. I'm Levi McIntyre, aka ThrashManiac99, the voice of NNSCRA Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Wheels of Fire 300 here at Champs Elysees here in France, which means we're going to be going 18 laps of racing here at this really technical road course here in Europe. Anyways, before we get started, we're going to take a look at the top 20 in the point standings. Jesse Setti comes in with a 14-point lead over both Chris Michaels and PJ Williams. Fourth is David Rivera. Fifth is Angel Navarro. Sixth is Trent Dunham. Seventh, Charles Jackson. Eighth, last week's winner at M&M's, Michael Norman. Ninth, Preston Plord. 10th is Dylan Poteet. Rest of the top 20, Danny Wells, Rue McIntyre, Chase Oliver, Cody Lamas, Dylan Young, Benjamin Miles, Zachary Fitzwater, our pole sitter for today, Austin LaPlante, Dylan Thoreau, and Joshua Balkin. That is how the top 10 in the standings are going, or top 20 in the standings look coming into this race. Now, if the chase were to begin right now, the two wildcard drivers would be Chase Oliver and Zachary Fitzwater for being the highest in the points with one victory apiece. But remember, it's the road to the chase, and after this race, it will be 10 races left until the chase does begin. But anyways, let's go ahead and get the command to fire engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
So, and real quick, we're going to take a look at the top 10 in the starting grid. It is Austin LaPlante on the pole. Second is rookie Kyle Corbett. Third, Charles Sanford. Fourth, Sean Galligan. Fifth is going to be Chase Oliver. Sixth is Charles Jackson. Seventh is going to be Matt McIntyre. Eighth is going to be Michael Norman. 9th, Cody Lamas. 10th, PJ Williams. So that is how the top 10 in the standings, or not in the standings, in the qualifying order that it looked with. One driver I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for is the 39 of Johnny Gardner. So far in his first two starts to the season, he finished second at Dover, led the most laps in that race, almost won. Last week finished in 7th at M&M's. All different tracks. We went to the combination of a short track and intermediate track of Dover, and then last week at the plate track of M&M's he got top 10. We'll see how he does here on a road course, and he's going to be starting around the top 20. Looks like he's going to be starting in about 18th, I want to say, is where he's going to be starting. Let's see where points leader Jesse Setti is in the field. Yeah, she's up in the top 20. She's starting 19th, it looks like. The winner from Dover, who outbeat Johnny Gardner, or beat out Johnny Gardner to win that race at Dover. And then back in the last row, we have Stephen Pollard III and Dylan Thoreau. And speaking of Dylan Thoreau, so far this season, he started off the season pretty strong. He's fallen back in the points a couple times in the past few weeks, but he is 19th in the standings. Right now, he is the second highest of the Roush Fenway cars in the standings, the highest being David Rivera in 4th. And I think we're about to head into the blocked spot at the track where you can't really see. So that means we're going to go to helicopter camera for the green flag. Pace car should be pulling in the pit road any moment once they come through. 18 laps of racing, and it takes about 75 seconds to get around this track. This could be an interesting race here. Pace cars in pit road. Now we can go back to our normal camera. Here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go road course racing. Austin LaPlante off to a decent start right there, but Charles Sanford was right down there, but he couldn't quite get the run on LaPlante, and now he's in 3 wide with Chase Oliver and Sean Galligan for third. Now this is one of those road courses where you could see a lot of passing and shuffling going on in the field because they're going to be driving their hearts out here on this track. But Austin LaPlante trying to go for his 3rd win of his Walmart Cup career. Kyle Corbett hanging in strong in the 2nd spot. Right now, 3rd still under battle with those 3, Sanford, Oliver, and Galligan. Oh, but Corbett got a big run on LaPlante right down there. But LaPlante's going to lead lap number 1 here at Champs Elysees. Leads by 0.3 of a second over Kyle Corbett. Chase Oliver's into 3rd. Where in the world did Galligan go? Oh, there he is. I thought it looked like he got passed by a couple cars or he went out of the track. In fact, Corbett's now under attack from Chase Oliver in the 68 out of Tweenix Racing. Chase Oliver would love to get his 2nd win of the season, and hopefully for him he could get a wild card spot if he were to win this race. Either he'll get the win and try to get in the top 10 so he can get the more bonus points, or he can try to ride it out and get some wins and get a wild card spot for the Chase. But I think Chase Oliver would rather get the win and get in top 10 in the standings. So that way he could manage to get himself bonus points for the Chase if he were to get in. But anyways, Austin LaPlante still leads the way. And wait a minute, a car went into pit road, and that's Benjamin Miles. He's got a tiny buckle on his front end where the hood's a little bit up. Oh, Jessica Shelton's damaged, and Jesse said he's damaged. Looked like it was an accident between 3 cars. Seddy, Shelton, and Miles. Well, I guess you'll now see it on the lower right of your screen via the NNSCRA split cam. But man, what an interesting turn of events for those 3 cars. Miles ended up getting very minimal damage. Where is the 41? There he is. He's obviously going to be a lap down. And he is off the pace, so that's going to definitely hurt his shot of getting a good finish. But Shelton and Seddy are both... Well, Seddy got rear end damage, no real front end damage. But Shelton is without a hood and major damage to the front of that car. But anyways, Austin LaPlante still leads, but Chase Oliver's actually closing in on that 48. And he had a run, and whoa, and he about got into LaPlante, just like how Galligan nearly got into Corbett, trying to get to that 3rd spot. Charles Sanford's just watching all this go on from behind in the 5th spot. Then you got Matt McIntyre trying to sneak his way in there too. as we continue to keep an eye on things around the racetrack. So far, I don't see any other cars damaged out. But anyways, we got a 3-car battle for third going on right now between Chase Oliver, Kyle Corbett, Sean Galligan. Galligan giving a shove to Chase Oliver, which is actually going to help Kyle Corbett out a little bit to get back to second. But now Oliver's going to have a run going down low here in this next corner, so this battle's far from over between these cars. And now Charles Sanford's entered the picture, and LaPlante about overdrove the corner. Whoa, contact! We had some contact between Corbett, Galligan, and Sanford. That was a close call right there on those guys' parts. As we continue to look around to see what's happening, but Austin LaPlante still leads the way. Here in a couple laps, we'll be a third of the way through this race. But meanwhile, a battle for third still continuing between Galligan and Corbett, with Charles Sanford into the picture. As we go to the helicopter camera for a few moments. And now Galligan with a run underneath of Chase Oliver, but Oliver's got that advantage of carrying more speed out of that corner, so he can keep the second spot. But Oliver's got a fast car, and now he's got to run underneath of LaPlante for the lead. Side by side for the lead between LaPlante and Oliver. But who's going to get the advantage going here into this corner? Oliver's got to run. All he's got to do is just get clear of the 48, and he's the leader. But now LaPlante's going to have the edge going down low underneath here in this corner. Meanwhile, Chase Oliver's now falling back right behind the 48, but we'll see here going into these next few corners if Oliver's going to make a run on LaPlante again, because Oliver was literally side by side with the 48 for such a long time right there until LaPlante got the edge out of a corner where he was in the low line. But now LaPlante holding off Oliver again, and actually gained a little bit of time as far as distance away from second place. But man, I have no idea how these guys are not... Whoa, Lamas and Rue McIntyre really overdrove. So did Pichu London. Quite a good number of cars are overdriving this first turn, and is messing everything up for him. And Benjamin Miles has officially fallen to the very back of the field for being off the pace after an incident with Jessica Shelton and Jesse Setti. Wow, look at this. 3 cars bumper to bumper for the battle for the lead. LaPlante, Oliver, and Galligan. And remember, Sean Galligan, he's been one of the drivers who has led the most laps this season in total races. At least one of the top 5 in the statistics for the series this season. But he's just not been able to get that win. Maybe this could be the race. And he's been keeping pace with both the 68 and the 48 here in this race. Meanwhile, Kyle Corbett kind of faltering back a little bit. But let's go ahead and take a look and see how the field looks right now as we're around the halfway point. It is Austin LaPlante the leader, second Chase Oliver, third Sean Galligan, fourth Kyle Corbett, fifth Matt McIntyre, 6th, Charles Sanford. 7th, Charles Jackson. 8th, Tanner Sullivan. 9th, P.J. Williams. 10th, Michael Norman. 11th, James Silverfox. 12th, Cody Lamas. 13th, Chris Michaels. 14th, Drew McIntyre. 15th, Dorian Facepuncher. 16th, Joshua Balkin. 17th, Anthony McCrory. 18th, Kyle Corbett. Kyle Matthews, excuse me. 19th, Danny Wells. 20th, David Rivera. 21st is Angel Navarro. 22nd, Pichu London. 23rd, Chris Washer. 24th, Dylan Poteet. 25th, Preston Blord. 26th, Jeffrey Rose. Wow, look at this cluster of cars back here. 27th is Zachary Fitzwater. 28th, Bob Jones. 29th, Joshua Collard. 30th, Stephen Pollard III. 31st, Johnny Gardner. 32nd, James McLeod. 33rd, Dougie Shears. 34th, Jessica Villanueva. 35th, Dylan Thoreau. 36th, Seth Cole. 37th, Ian Dutta. 38th, Trent Dunham. 39th, Dylan Young. 40th, Jesse Setti. And then 41st, Jessica Sheldon. And then up there, dead last, a lap down, is Jessica Sheldon. Anyways, we got a new driver in second place, Sean Galligan, and he's pulled out a huge distance ahead of Chase Oliver. So Galligan could be the guy who could potentially beat Austin LaPlante. Let's actually see who's had the fastest lap in the race, and it's Sean Galligan at a 77.837. That is quite the impressive lap here at Champs Elysees, as we are now at the halfway point officially here at Champs Elysees. But LaPlante's gonna clinch the most laps led bonus points, and Galligan tried to dart down there, but he couldn't quite get it done right there. Now LaPlante's starting to pull away a little bit of distance over Galligan right now, as I am still trying to keep an eye on things. And there's Dylan Young. Man, 2 out of the 3 Penske cars are not having the best of days, Dylan Young and Jesse Setti, but the other Penske car in the 12 of Galligan, he's having a good run going right now. So there you have it. Now we're about to head into this corner. Let's see if Galligan can make something work, but not quite. But Chase Oliver's actually trying to come back up there to the front. Eight laps to go here at Champs Elysees. Anyways, after a little bit of a zoned out moment for a second, but LaPlante's got a 0.4 of a second lead over Galligan, but who knows how it's going to be coming to the line here. Chase Oliver's just been bouncing back and forth as far as catching the leader, losing the leader. It's been an up and down day for that 68, but he's been in the top 5 virtually all race long, and Galligan tried to go for another run. Couldn't quite get it done that time, but he might have closed in a little bit. Only about 0.07 of a second he closed in with, but not really much. Galligan's best shot is that he's going to have to try to hit his marks better than the 48 and try to maybe shove him out of the way if he's going to have a shot to win this race. Galligan still working hard on that back bumper of LaPlante. Who knows? Maybe next lap by he can maybe make a move. We just gotta see how Galligan's gonna be here in these next couple of corners here. And he's there, right there to the back bumper of LaPlante. But let's see if he can make any kind of ground here in this final corner. Let's see what Galligan's got in store. LaPlante went a little bit higher than normal, and it's side by side, but now LaPlante carrying more speed off that corner, keeps the lead, but the margin's now down to 0.26. Galligan, you can tell Galligan's got a... You can tell Galligan's got a faster car than LaPlante, but for the most part, it's not all about speed. It's about precision on these kind of road courses. I mean, certain road courses like Thornton, you can use speed to your advantage on certain parts of the racetrack. Galligan, I think he's going to lose a little bit of time on LaPlante here. But we'll see now as they're getting ready to head into the final corner here. Let's see what Galligan's got for LaPlante this time. If he can make up any more ground. Galligan... he's going to lose time, I think. Let's see the margin, and it is pretty much the same except down by a couple hundredths. And Chase Oliver's gradually gaining up there, and wow, Galligan about got into LaPlante. That's going to cost him a little bit of time, actually a lot of time, to the point where Chase Oliver can maybe make a run on Galligan, but don't look like that's going to be the case. Although Oliver's run faster laps in the past couple laps than LaPlante and Galligan. And so far nobody else has run into any problems other than the 41, the 22, and the 25. I think now Galligan realized that mistake, and now he's going to try to run back down the 48. So let's go ahead and see what happens right here with this run going into the final corner. Let's see what Galligan's got. Not much. Let's see the margin. It is now... Oh, Galligan actually gained 1/100th of a second that last time. Oh, but Galligan, he's going to try to go up high, but now he's got to deal with Chase Oliver. Then again, Oliver ran a faster lap than both those cars. Actually, Kyle Corbett ran a faster lap. Same with Tanner Sullivan. Tanner Sullivan actually was the fastest of drivers, at least in the top 7 on that lap. 4 laps to go here at Champs Elysees, so these guys are running out of time. And Galligan lost a lot of time and ground on the 48 as a result of getting shuffled up to the high line by Chase Oliver when Oliver tried to make a run for second. And you gotta wonder if these guys are gonna actually go the distance without making a pit stop here in the end. Alright, back up to the aerial view. Let's see what distance the 68 and the 12 can make up here. Galligan still just not quite able to get the run he wants on LaPlante. 3 laps to go, and the margin's still pretty much the same. It's like Galligan, there are certain parts of the racetrack he's faster than LaPlante, and then there are certain parts where LaPlante's faster than Galligan. Especially that final corner. But let's see if Galligan can make another run on LaPlante here, since he didn't really lose a lot of time during this run. Oh, and now we got company up ahead. Benjamin Miles. You might want to keep an eye on him so that way we don't see what could happen. And Galligan's right to the back bumper of LaPlante. Oh, and I think he might have gotten in the back of him. But now LaPlante's going to get held up by Benjamin Miles. Galligan back to the back bumper of LaPlante. But now that's going to bring Chase Oliver into the fray too. Oh, this could end badly if they're not careful. LaPlante's literally on the back bumper of Miles. And now Galligan with a run to the inside. Chase Oliver's in the picture. Same with Kyle Corbett. This could have been the break those guys needed. Because now Galligan's got a bumper over LaPlante. And Galligan leads that lap. First lap he's led all race. That wasn't LaPlante. But now LaPlante's coming back. Thanks to that 41 of Benjamin Miles, now this race has gotten even more interesting, with 2 laps to go, no less. Side by side between LaPlante and Galligan. And Chase Oliver not too far behind either. Same with Kyle Corbett. And now Galligan, let's see if he can clear him. He doesn't have him quite cleared yet. Galligan trying his hardest to get by LaPlante and clear him for that lead, and now Chase Oliver with a run underneath LaPlante. It's going to be a 3-car battle for the win, it looks like. Back to helicopter view, and now Galligan has cleared LaPlante officially for the top spot. Let's see what LaPlante can do from behind Galligan, and it doesn't look like he's going to get much. Man, I can't believe this. White flag is out. The lapped car, the slow car of Benjamin Miles was the big difference maker here in the final few laps here at Champs Elysees after Austin LaPlante dominated this race due to the slower car of Benjamin Miles. Holds up LaPlante, and Galligan manages to get a run and goes by, and now LaPlante's going to try his hardest to run him back down, but he's running out of time. He's going to have to hope Galligan overdrives a corner or two, and LaPlante just hits his marks, and he might have a chance, but I don't know. We got half a lap left. Less than half a lap left, I should say. And now we're about ready to come to the final corner of the race. Galligan's, all he got to do is just hit his marks and avoid that 48, and he's home free. And it looks like it's going to be all Sean Galligan here. Coming to the checkered flag. Sean Galligan wins the Wheels of Fire 300 here at Champs-Élysées. What a job at the end for Galligan. Galligan, after several races this season, coming close to victories and ends up getting screwed over due to either wrecks or late race pit strategy biting him in the rear end. He finally wins this season, and he wins in his home continent of Europe, but in France, but nonetheless, he wins here at Champs-Élysées. Let's take a look at the rest of the results. Austin LaPlante, such a heartbreaker for him. He dominated this race, led 16 out of 18 laps, and then due to the slow car of Benjamin Miles, it took the victory away from him. But still a solid top 5 finish, no doubt about it. Chase Oliver with a solid run in the 3rd spot. He was pretty much in the top 5 all race long. Kyle Corbett, the highest of the rookies, finishing in 4th, and Charles Sanford with a solid run in 5th. Rest of the top 10, Charles Jackson with a great run in the 6th position. Matt McIntyre, solid run in 7th. Tanner Sullivan with a great run of 8th. PJ Williams, who I think is going to be the points leader going into Coca-Cola next week, he comes away 9th. And James Silverfox with a great run in 10th. Rest of the top 20, Rue McIntyre, Michael Norman, Cody Lamas, Danny Wells, Chris Michaels, Anthony McCrory, Joshua Balkin, Chris Washer, David Rivera, Angel Navarro. Rest of the top 30, Dylan Poteet, Dorian Facepuncher, Pichu London, Preston Plord, Kyle Matthews, Zachary Fitzwater, Bob Jones, Jeffrey Rose, Johnny Gardner, Joshua Collard. Rest of the top 40, Stephen Pollard III, Dylan Thoreau, James McLeod, Jessica Villanueva, Seth Cole, Ian Dutta, Trent Dunham, Dougie Shears, Dylan Young, Jesse Setti, then Jessica Sheldon, and then 2 laps down, Benjamin Miles. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching the Wheels of Fire 300 here at Champs Elysees. Next up, we go to the Coca-Cola 500 at Coca-Cola Superspeedway, and that's going to be an exciting race. But until then, here are your results, rookie points, and regular points heading into Coca-Cola. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.